Hey, what's up, you guys? So I don't even know how to start anymore. I mean, it's nothing but bad news all the damn time. Um, I wish this stuff was fake or I just made it up. But, you know, um, pretty much lost my job. I mean, where do I start? I mean, you guys already know what's going on. The rheumatologist, for some reason, decided to not even take an appointment to do a work release form so I can go back to work or continue my disability. They just don't want to see me. And the nurse is pretty much just, you can't talk to the doctors. You can talk to the nurses. They don't let me talk to the doctors. They've been rude. They tell me that they can't fill out the paperwork, and I've been out of work for a month. It's not covered, so pretty much spoke to my job, told them the situation. They say, hey, if it's not covered and they don't get a work release form, even if they did, if the time's not covered and I haven't been able to go back to work because they won't give me a work release form, then I'm going to be accountable for all that time. I was supposed to be at work, so probably going to get fired and haven't been paid like in 2 months. So, so things are going pretty badly, and just really bad month. I mean, if you look at it, I was fucking robbed. Um, Doctors are just giving me the cold shoulder. I talked to my primary care doctor yesterday because I was supposed to see a new doctor, and I had a visit with him too. And I told him, I'm like, hey, uh, you know, to should I just stop telling the doctors about the ciprofloxacin and all that stuff? Because I'm like, is that what's scaring them? And he's like, no, 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 no. And he's a good doctor. He's like, it's not that. It's just, we don't know how to treat you. So, that's why they want to stop seeing you. And I'm like, well, he's never given up on me. Um, I could see him 10 times in a week and he'll see me. I'm sure he's not happy about it, but he's a good doctor. And anyways, so yeah, so it's like, I'm like, am I scaring him because I'm giving him this book? I buy those books that from that doctor that did some research on it. They're on Amazon. They're like $13 each. I buy them and I give them to almost each doctor that I see. And so I'm thinking, that, and I'll print out the stuff that they tell me on the chats to print out, like the FDA things and the Gulf War syndrome thing and all that. And I'm thinking that's scaring these doctors. I mean, that, and you know, hate to bring this up, but I don't know. I mean, I think there's some profiling, I mean, it's like I've literally seen, and I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's just a profiling thing. I've seen some of these doctors, kind of like what happened yesterday. I was kind of in a lot of pain yesterday. My upper body was in a lot of pain, and my frame just hurts and stuff. And anyways, I was in a lot of pain, so it was a perfect day to see the new doctors, a sports medicine doctor, another doctor. The foot doctor referred me to her, and my regular doctor said it was probably a good idea. So I'm happy. I'm like, maybe she'll do something. Maybe she'll help me some way. Or something. Anyways, so I go early, and I go to a building. I had to pay for parking. I had to go up some stairs and stuff, not some elevators and stuff. And I go, and there's another guy there, and the 10 into 10. I'm all smiling and happy, and it was people of every race in there. So I don't think it's a race thing, but I think they see me, all my tattoos and stuff, and I'm bald, not because I want to be bald, but maybe they think I'm from gangland or something, I'm a really nice guy, and because I notice a lot of times they'll treat me different. I mean, soon as they were done with him, I was right behind him, and I wasn't even social distancing. And when it was my turn to go, it was an Asian lady with like dyed hair, looked like a fucking moron. And not because again, not erasing it. She looked like she was an idiot. She looked mean. She then goes to her phone after the other guy left, and give me a second. Sorry about that. I thought I saw a bug. She then went to her phone and was just texting away, happy for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm just standing there. It was probably like 5 minutes. I'm just standing there and just waiting and waiting, and all this time my body's in pain. My upper frame underneath the rib cage, especially on the left side, it radiates all the way towards my back. That used to happen a lot when I was floxed, and lately it's been flaring up. It kind of got a little bit better, but anyways, and then she all of a sudden like looks up and gets excited, like the look on her face, like she got excited. I'm like, well, were you busy on your phone? Then she puts her phone like right in front of me, and she's like got all these texts. So it's like, wow, this is a really fancy building. This doctor's got a lot of nice stuff. I mean, it was like I think it's probably a real expensive doctor and stuff. And yeah, I'm like, man, receptionist just sucks. And anyways, I'm like, yeah, I've got an appointment. My name is such and such, and she's like, did you fill out your paperwork? And I'm like, no. And then I told her the truth. I'm like, I totally slipped my mind. I've been going to so many doctor's visits. I got robbed. I've been having one thing, my truck broke down, one thing after another. I said, no, I apologize. I forgot. But I said, I'll fill it out right away. She's like, no, we're going to have to cancel your appointment. Just like that. And I'm like, no, no, I'm in a lot of pain. I mean, I'll fill it out right now. Can I just do it? No, we're going to have to cancel your appointment. It's like, wow, nonchalant, didn't give a shit. And that's all she told me. And she just kept repeating it like an idiot. And I'm like, well, when can you reschedule me? And it was like for next month. I'm like, oh, really? You see me telling you I'm in a lot of pain and you reschedule me for next month. I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'll find another doctor. But, she was such an asshole. I mean, that's meaning of a bitch. I'd hate to say it. She was such an asshole. And excuse my language, I was just very pissed. I've just had such bad luck with all these doctors, and I'm fed up. Anyways, I was in the parking lot, and I told some family members, and they're like, no, that's not right. Maybe you should speak to someone else or something. And I'm like, I'm not going all the way back up there. I was in a garage. It's a shitty garage, not a shitty garage. It's just and so after a while of talking to him, I was still in the parking lot. I called in and I'm like, hey, there's someone I can speak to, and I think it was a manager, and it was a guy that was back there, and then he seemed like a nice guy, and he was like, the reason I say about that profiling, because I saw them treat other people differently, and they treated me, and that kind of made me feel some way, because a lot of times I see that with doctors. They're very unprofessional with me, but I see them with other people that maybe are dressed like and I have a really good job and stuff, and then I dress up when I go to work. But people that are dressed up, um, how do I say, preppy, or like like you work in an office, which I dress up like that too. But I see them treat them differently. Maybe they think I don't, I don't know. Maybe they think I'm just some bum off the street or something. Anyways, I called them and I told them, hey, I was like, this lady was like nonchalant. She didn't care and this and that. And it was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And he was able to squeeze me in for like next Wednesday. And, and I told him, yeah, I was like, this lady didn't really care. And, when you're in the medical field, you need to show sympathy. I mean, it's people that work in customer service and other stuff, and they tell them show empathy because, you want to show the customers you care. This is where it counts, because you're supposed to make people that are already suffering feel somewhat better, or not make it worse. Anyways, and that's not where it ended. Got that done. I was very upset. I'm on my way out. I can't get out of the garage. Um, Used two credit cards. The kiosk didn't work. It was working for everybody else because I backed up. Somebody else went. It would work. It would work for all these people. So I went. There was two. I went to the different one. You know, you're in your car and you're sliding your card. It says that it can't read it. I tried another card and they got money. And I even checked them on my phone. I mean, they've got enough money to cover $5 or $7 that it was. Way more than that. And yeah, you know, I pressed the help button. It kept ringing, then hung up. I did that like 10 times. I was there for like an hour. I'm already feeling like shit. I can't get out. I'm thinking about just ramming that thing that goes up and just saying forget it. You know, that's how people just go crazy. Because I was not feeling good. You know, I was already sick. As you guys see in my previous videos, I was a little bit sick, and on top of that, I've got pain, and I'm very fatigued. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And this guy, you know, is just staring at me from, you know, 20 feet, you know, just there by a fence. And I think he's the guy that was in the little building they have by the kiosk who's supposed to help you. He just kept staring at me and staring at me. Finally came up and I'm like, he's like, you'll try. I'm like, yeah, this thing won't accept my card. And then he's like, you got no money. I was like, no, I've got money. I've just paid another doctor before this and I've checked my accounts. I've got plenty enough to cover this. No, you got no money. That's what it means. He was just rude, but he was from another country, you know, but he's just being an idiot and stuff like that and just making me feel like I'm trying to cheat him or something. And you know, I'm gonna let you go this time after like just interrogating me, but you know, you can't keep doing this and this. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this. The thing's not taking my card. I'm like, go take it inside and run it. I mean, it'll go through. I and yeah, I use my card after that too. So, you know, it's just, I don't know, a lot of people these days, and you know, I mean, who knows, maybe I will act that way too if I was in his shoes, you know, I mean, you know, I don't mean to talk down on people, but I mean, you got to treat people better. I don't treat people like that. I never have. I think that's one thing that, you know, we were taught, me and my brothers, to treat other people right. We're not rude. We don't treat people wrong. And that's why I don't have a problem having these tattoos. I've never had problems with cops or anything because as soon as something happens, they approach me. I'm honest. I'm not trying to cause any trouble, and I guess people see how I act, and you know, they feel comfortable around me. But so yeah, it was just a shitty day. So I don't know where to go from here. I don't have very many funds. I can't even afford to pay the bills right now, and you know, I pretty much lost my job. I've been thinking about calling. I've called a few lawyers, no luck. Um, Still, I think I'm gonna have to get a civil lawyer, and I'm still trying to get that. But I mean, you know, I don't know. I've never had luck with lawyers, so um, to see what can be done. Because I mean, this doctor's not giving me an explanation why they can't do it. They're just avoiding me. I don't know what happened, and that's gonna cause me to lose a job that I worked very hard for 6 years. Pretty much probably already lost it. I don't think there's any going back. You know, you can't go because they're not releasing you, and you're not covered because they're not filling out the paperwork. So it's paperwork either ways. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go up there. I know I talked to work, and well, I don't know if it was my work or the insurance company. They're like, yeah, just go up there and you know and try to talk. I'm like, nah, I know how that works. If they don't want to talk to me or something, then they're gonna say, oh, you know, get out, or we'll call the cops, and then you know I'm gonna probably be in a worse situation because you know, I mean, I don't. That's why I try not. I try to avoid things, you know. But I am thinking about maybe calling the media and maybe do a story on them. You know, maybe did a review on them. I think it dropped their like reviews on Google, but it was true, and there was other people that had similar reviews on there. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know, maybe that'll kind of keep other people from being targeted by them. I don't know if maybe, I don't know what made them angry to where they got to act that way. I've never acted crazy. In fact, I was very quiet when I went. I would sit there for a long time. It'd take them like half an hour to come in the office after they sit you in the damn office. And she would ask me, first I told her about the fluoroquinolones, and then after that, next visitor, she only had like 2 or 3 visits. I would just tell her, yeah, I'm in pain, and fibromyalgia medication she gave me didn't really work. It just made me sick, and that was it. Just like that, just like I'm talking right now. And yeah, I don't know. One of the things that I was thinking about, maybe they saw my YouTube videos, but I'm not lying, and I'm not like really saying any names or anything. So I don't know what I doubt it, but it's a freedom of speech. I'm not trying to just telling my story of things that are going on, which makes me wonder. I mean, all of you out there watching these videos that are going through the same thing, I can only imagine how a lot of you are being treated. I've seen some posts on these fluoroquinolone groups on Facebook, and some of the people coincide with my story, and then very few people, do known on there that they have good experiences. The doctors believe them and they help them, but I really wonder how the majority of it goes. How you guys are being treated. Has anybody really gone through? Well, I do know. You know, one of the friends that I have on there that I speak to, she's told me that they've treated her pretty bad, and when no surprise to me, I didn't feel any kind of way because I'm being treated the same way. So I just feel like that's normal for us. But sometimes it's just you trying out there to do these things, and you can't think right. And so yeah, so I don't know where to go from here. It's a soap opera now. I'm gonna have to deal with something I've never had to deal with before. I've always been able to work hard. No job has ever posed a threat to me. I've been an overachiever in every job. I stayed in my jobs for a long time. This last job, I was there for 6+ years, and now I gotta put the puzzle together and figure out what life's gonna be like going forward. If I could, which I can, I would go live in the wild, like those wild shows. I'm a outdoorsy guy, and just build a house somewhere in Alaska or something and start a homestead, but your family won't follow you. So so I don't know. That would be cool though. So yeah, so anyways, just an update here of crap that's going on. Um, Reach out to me if you can, and tell me what's going on with you. If anybody knows Joe Rogan, share this video. It's weird, I've seen so many. I'm addicted to that guy's show. I mean, I see that guy's show all the time, and he interviews all these people. He gets the truth, and he interviews people that other people don't want to interview, and gets, I mean, this guy, makes me believe there's aliens out there from the people he's interviewing. They got these stories that are just great. Like, he gets the truth out there, and this guy were to interview any of us, I mean, I think that would stir up some things. Um, which there's been people that have come out on the news. I just wish they would put more attention on this. But at this point, even if they did, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking pretty soon, well, still have insurance, I might get that peripheral neuropathy test if I'm still covered. by the time that it comes through. But pretty soon there will be no more doctors. I can't afford it anymore, and I don't think I will have insurance for a while until I find something new. So I'm gonna be falling off the radar on the doctors. They got what they wanted. Who knows? Maybe this doctor just wanted to get me fired or something so that I wouldn't go to doctors anymore. Because I mean, I gave them the whole history. I've seen so many doctors. She contacted some of them, so I don't know. I don't know what went on. But and another thing that we were talking about. I mean, these doctors are comparable to mechanics now. I mean, 8 out of 10 doctors are no good. I mean, anybody can be a doctor nowadays, and they don't care. They just want that easy fix, or they want to get rid of you, and they want to send you to a specialist who's only, well, they're all in it for the money, but the specialists want the big bucks. They want the super big bucks. And if they can't get the money, or they can't diagnose you with something that they're probably gonna make money out of tests or surgeries, and then they're ready to get you out of the way into somebody else that does. It's just like a lot of doctors I would call for my IBS that I was recommended to by other doctors. They'd call me back, oh, I'm sorry, we can't see you. We only deal with people that have Crohn's disease. So I'm like, shit. Like, damn. That's why they're sending me over here to find out if I do. Well, yeah, you already have to have a confirmed Crohn's disease diagnosis to be able to see his doctor. Oh, you know, just like the lawyers, when I first tried starting this, oh, if you don't have a ruptured this or that, then they'd call me. Do you have a ruptured this or that? No, it's too bad. Like, no, it's not too bad. I'm not wishing harm on my body. At the end of the day, I gotta live in this body. I don't need millions of dollars. I just need to be back to normal, or some compensation so I can at least get by. But yeah. Anyways, I gotta start thinking about what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna drop off here, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys don't have to go through what I'm going through as far as a job thing. And think about it. Right now, there's people that are being floxed. There's floxies that are being created as we speak. People taking Cipro, and some of them will go through this. It's just crazy sometimes you think about this stuff. Sometimes I blame myself. Yeah, stop talking. Sometimes I blame myself, but it's like, dude, I did all the right things. I mean, when I started feeling sick 2 days after taking the medication, I called the doctor, and they told me to keep taking it, but it was every bone in my body, everything hurt. That was probably one of the side effects that's on that FDA thing, anyways. There's nothing you can do. What happens has happened. There's people in worse situations. So I will talk to you guys later.